Chapter 10.
Oh, you're so cute. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Weiss panted in obese quantities of enthusiasm as Zwei eagerly licked up the dog food that Weiss had unceremoniously pushed up her snobby cunt on the day after yesterday. As the starving Zwei continued to consume the moist foodstuffs manufactured and mass-produced by the Schnee Dust Company, its low quality and quick assembly personally insured by China, Zwei unintentionally stimulated Weiss's pink wallet past the standard threshold, causing the ICE vice president to spray liquid cash all over Zwei as Weiss lost control of her assets. Zwei nearly drowned in the face of the maelstrom of delicious green fluid land firing out of Weiss, and as a dog, dried himself with the ancient technique of vibrating violently. Zwei's extreme oscillations sprayed droplets of money all over the room, saving Beacon from the brink of bankruptcy due to the government moving even more investments into the useless-ass military. Weiss kneeled over in front of Zwei faster than a hot air balloon with a fire dust problem and transporting object of enough combined mass to overstep the aircraft's weight limit. She put her hand into Zwei's no-no area, wearing a facial expression of 77% soldierness and 40% hatred for all faunus. Zwei's great meaty schlong expanded dong, xiaolonged 2 feet upwards at an obtuse angle, and as Weiss rubbed it with lubricant dust. Weiss grew excited listening to Zwei's panting, and she got moist in the pink looking at Zwei's mega dink. She tore her clothes off, ripping the garments off as if they were several particularly stubborn left-wing conservative tangerine peels unhappy with the Schnee Dust Company's malpractice. The absurdly expensive fabric burned in the flames of Bill Clinton-level lust and desire as Weiss went in the heat, the costing lots of dosh cushy uber posh clothing ruined, as several more vagrants somewhere could not afford food. They starved, and gave in to the sweet embrace of 2 of the whore's men of the Apple Calypso, famine and death. Why were they, the poor unfortunate souls, born with the short end of the stick? Perhaps God is a dick. Life is truly unfair. Some born rich and without a care, the talented possessing flair, some lose the hair, and the poor who dare to be wealthy and rare, but to no avail. The heavens roll the dice. Some get gold, others live off rice. Lady luck shifts unequally into the metaphorical toilets on whims unknown, and the wheel of fortune turns unhindered and alone. All men born into this cruel world live their lives by chance. Try as they may to control it, to the string of fate do they dance. Only one constant is fact. Life is a lottery until the last breath. Control is a farce and an act, and the prize is death. Weiss tried to use her tits in vain to stimulate Zwei with her cleavage, utterly failing to do so, as she is about as well endowed as Justin Bieber is actually talented. Ouch. She growled in a rich bitch fashion at her chest, frustrated that even RWBY, 2 years her junior, had larger guns than she did. In fact, Weiss didn't even have guns, her lame-ass weapon being a rapier with no firearms built into it. Zwei laughed at Weiss's feeble attempts to harvest his magical dog cum, breaking the world record for instances of a canine chuckling in mirth by the large margin of 1. Zwei's guffawing shamed Weiss into sensual bankruptcy, and she just didn't feel it anymore, the lust receding and leaving her dog tired. Oh, the first world problems of an heiress to the world's most productive dust exploiter. Such a large company just did not compensate for those tiny fun bags. More like boring bags deflated and sagged, am I right, guys?
What is Schnee? If only money could buy happiness!
Weiss sighed.
But it can buy exponentially larger breasts, and that is more or less the same thing.
Weiss thought, perking up at the thought of her breasts perking up. Weiss paid a quick trip to the family plastic surgeon and had valve software implanted into her chest, ballooning her breast to ridiculous proportions and crushing the surgeon against the wall, where he died and obliterating the clinic. The police promptly responded to the emergency and did nothing, as the Schnees were loaded. Weiss gave her new pillows an experimental squeeze.
Now that's what I call software.
she squealed, clearly pleased by her teats. Weiss's satisfaction quickly starved to death as she realized she couldn't get the fuck up because her inflated fun bags were weighing her down. She panicked and saw Nora and Ren walking towards her.
Nora, help me, I'm stuck,
she shouted. Nora, in a storm of tranquil fury, took Weiss's sword.
Fuck you, Weiss. I'm the biggest badunkus out of everyone, and I'm not letting change skin like you change that,
she hissed as she popped Weiss's balloons with a rapier and used the dust in it to freeze the Ice Queen. Ren handed over Zweida's to Nora, who tossed him up and slammed him with a grenade. Boosted strike from her hammer. Zwei supersonic sped up into a fireball and crashed into Weiss harder than the stock market, shattering her into millions of shards of ice.
Rest in pieces, Ice Queen,
Nora said. Nora and Red spent the rest of the day happily launching Zwei at banks, bruising and battering him, utterly annihilating everybody inside and destroying the buildings, allowing the pair to pick up the fat stacks. Zwei was eventually found guilty for destruction of private property and murder and was sent to prison, where he died from food poisoning. The prison cuisine inferior to his dog food. Zwei's family eventually sued Nora and Ren, but Nora took the melting ice shards and Zwei's rotting corpse and buried them in John's waistband, full of sticky, whiter than usual tissues, knowing that Blake would not want a dog in her litter box. Without the evidence, Nora and Ren could not be convicted of any crime. To be continued, oh yeah!